I say again, you need not be a Jew to be a Zionist. Were I a Jew, I would be a Zionist. And my father pointed out to me, I did not need to be a Jew to be a Zionist. For I am. I say, if I were a Jew, I'd be a Zionist. I am a Zionist. You don't have to be a Jew to be a Zionist.
Here's what I gotta tell you about that. See this Orthodox Jew? He promotes the freedom for Palestine. He said by the end of it, the truth will set the Palestinians free. And there's many of them like him. So you can't just judge a Jew and think he's a Zionist.
So what brings you here today? To support Palestinian rights. We as Jews are embarrassed what's happening there in the state of Israel, in the Jewish name. And what's your message to the people of Palestine? They shouldn't give up the struggle. They should continue to fight and not give up the struggle against the state of Israel, because by the end, Palestine will be free, because this is truth, will succeed by the end. What's your message to the people of Palestine?
They should know. We feel very shame what's going on there, especially they're doing everything in our name. In the name of Jews, in the name of the Torah, in the name of God. It's so shameful. We are with you. You have to know. The Zionists are strong. We are weak. But God is on our side. At the end of the day, the Palestinian flag will be on all Palestine, from the river to the sea.
Zionists are the globalist elite. That's the difference. Want to get into the ugly history? Well, the elite sacrifice both sides like they always have. They hide in the cloak of the people, get one people to attack the other. The people are fighting, they stay in power. They remain rich while we remain poor. So what they did is they funded Hitler and they sacrificed the Jews. To implement this solution, what's the solution? The state of Israel. How many massacres were committed against the Palestinians in the creation of the state of Israel? 28 different massacres, and these come from Israeli soldiers straight from the mouths. Let me see if I got the video.
This is a sign that conveys the message of what it means to be a Jew. As it says, a Jew, not a Zionist, and pray for the speedy, peaceful dismantlement of the state of Israel. And then it's repeated, nkusa.org, our site for people to go further and see their website, and then to see it's in Arabic, the same message. And basically it means that people, unfortunately, around the world see somebody as I am dressed, and they think that automatically I am dressed very religiously. I'm definitely a strong supporter of the state of Israel and of the occupation of the people of Palestine. And in truth, there could be nothing further from the truth.
In truth, what you want is the speedy, peaceful dismantlement of the state of Israel.
Because it's contradictory. Judaism is subservience to the Almighty, practiced for thousands of years, a covenant with God to be subservient to Him. And Zionism is a new movement, a relatively new movement, a transformation from the religion into a base, materialistic, nationalistic movement to have a piece of land, which is forbidden for the Jewish people.
Okay, we'll have to unpick this piece by piece, I think, because for most people, the idea of the state of Israel is fixed within a very rigid framework, and what they understand about the existence of Israel is by and large very uniform, at least according to what you read in newspapers. So let me try and get your position clear on this. What you're saying is that the existence of Israel is somehow against your religion.
The Jewish religion forbids, since the destruction of the temple 2,000 years ago, we were given an edict, a decree by God, it's a prophecy of King Solomon, that we ought not to attempt to recreate our sovereignty. Even 1 inch of Jewish sovereignty, even in an uninhabited land, is expressly forbidden. And what we Jews wait for the day when God will make a miracle, where all humanity will serve Him in harmony. We won't have to convince an atheist that there is a God. Everybody will recognize God, and then we will all go up and serve Him. Prior to that event, we are expressly forbidden to try to attempt to make any Jewish nationalism sovereignty, and this was respected and upheld by Jews throughout the trials and tribulations of the Inquisition, the Crusades, and every time period of Judaism when they were easily capable of buying land. They never did it because they understood this is against the will of the Almighty and this is not what it means to be a Jew.
It's 67 words long, it's 100 years old, and it changed the course of history for the Middle East and the Jewish people. The Balfour Declaration, the expression of the British government's support for a Jewish home in Palestine, was sent by British Foreign Secretary Arthur Balfour to the second Lord Rothschild. I'm here in Buckinghamshire at Waddesdon Manor to speak with the fourth Lord Rothschild about the Balfour Declaration, what it means for Britain, for the Jewish people, and the Rothschild family.
The Foreign Office, November the 2nd, 1917. Dear Lord Rothschild, I have much pleasure in conveying to you, on behalf of His Majesty's government, the following declaration of sympathy with Jewish Zionist aspirations, which has been submitted to and approved by the Cabinet.
So it's possibly the most famous letter in modern Jewish history, and it begins with 3 words: Dear Lord Rothschild. Why was it that this letter was sent by the Foreign Secretary to your great-uncle Walter?
It's an interesting question because he was...
You know, some people say the older Jacob Rothschild looks like the Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. But you know what I say? I say the younger version looks more like him. What do you think? Do you know the difference between a Jew and a Zionist now? I really hope that people get it. These people fund both sides of the war. They're using the Jews as a shield. They're hiding behind them and within them. You want to see a real Zionist? Just look at the fruits that they produce. If you can't tell the difference, what are the fruits that they're producing? It should give you your answer. See through the veil. Do your own research. Invest into yourself. Have you ever looked at the 1968 shekel? Looks odd, doesn't it? It's got to make you wonder. The Zionist state of Israel might have been planning stuff. What about this, guys? This is the art group from 9/11. They had the 91st floor, and if you look at that right there, all they had for their art was these boxes you see. And look, BB-18, right there. Fuse holders. You didn't know that? It's got to make you wonder. See, DC Drano says Hamas is calling for International Day of Terrorism. Not Hamas. He means the Rothschilds. He means the CIA. He means the Mossad. He means the globalist elite, not Hamas. Because if you didn't know, Mossad created Hamas. You want me to show you? Let me give you a good example of how that works. You see this guy right here? You see this guy? This is the guy calling right now to just blow up Gaza Strip. That's 50% kids, surrounded on all sides. It's called the open air prison. They say you're born dead if you're born in the Gaza. Did you know that? Look at here he is with ISIS fighters. This was his surprise visit to Syria. There he is again, and again, and again, and again. And look who's with them. And again, he made a secret trip to Syria. Look at how they backtracked on that emotional propaganda they were trying to feed the people about beheading babies. Even if it was true, it would have been done by them, doing it to themselves to create the problem to implement the solution they want. Got to see through the veil, guys. Look at this. CIA created ISIS. Did you know that? Says Julian Assange as WikiLeaks releases 500,000 US cables. You mean the Julian Assange that's still sitting in jail? Because what they say is he acquired stolen emails. He actually got them from Seth Rich, who was murdered. Stolen emails that implement Hillary and a lot of stuff. I can make a video and show y'all guys how to navigate WikiLeaks. It's really easy. So just like JFK said, we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy. It relies on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, guys. If you don't realize, you don't have elections. And if you didn't learn the lesson, let me tell you, in history, you never, ever, ever get a right back once it's removed. So elections are done. That should be common sense. On intimidation instead of free choice. You know, like the coercion of all the stuff going on? Does it start to make sense? He went against the Federal Reserve, tried to keep silver certificates. That was one thing. It's all right here, guys. The truth. Slapping everybody in the face. So you can see the difference between the state of Israel, the Zionists, the globalist elite, the Rothschilds, the Federal Reserve Bank versus the Jews. And now you know they're not the same people. They're using them as a shield. They're using your Christian emotions out there, these Zionist pastors, to shed blood. And let me tell you what that's called. Satanic. That's who they work for. Now you know. So be the change you want to see, guys. In state nationals, oh, we rock, baby. Motherfucker.